Well, brothers and sisters, just as a father to his children, I just want to say I love you, proud of you, and I love this parish. I love being a priest. I love being your priest, and it is such a gift to serve here at St. John Neumann, to serve you and to serve Jesus. Your faith, your generosity, your love continues to inspire me, and so thank you. And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn by saying things are kind of difficult presently. On a variety of different levels, a number of families have shared that with me. Things are difficult, hard, and a lot of times when things are difficult in my own life or more abroad, I start to ask, okay, where am I putting my hope? What am I going to hope in? And the obvious answer to that is God. But a lot of times in these mindsets, when things are hard, confusing, chaotic, my mindset goes to, Lord, you're my hope. Where are you in this? Where are you? What are you doing in the middle of this? Even amidst the chaos and the confusion and the darkness. So I'm just here as a priest to definitively say to you, God is with us. God is here. He has not abandoned you or me. He is continuing to do magnificent things in our midst, even amid the chaos and confusion. I'm sure you've heard me say before and go down my litany, but there's something beautiful happening here at St. John Neumann. There's something going on. I don't know if it's something in the water or what, but there's something going on. Before Christmas, the confessions, normally we hear one priest, one of us, will hear confessions for about 45 minutes before daily mass every day. We had two priests in there for over 2 hours, multiple days. People coming and receiving God's mercy. Or at Easter, you'll see, we have double-digit people that are going to be joining the church this Easter. That's pretty amazing. In the last calendar year, I have had 5 young men from our parish tell me that they are praying about becoming a priest, including one last week. And I've had a man who's married who's told me he's discerning the diaconate, becoming a deacon. Good job, Deacon Hall. Good example. I don't know if you've looked to your right or to your left, but things are pretty full. Babies are crying, which is awesome. Families are coming to church. At Christmas, we had more people walk through our doors than any time pre-COVID. And not just by a little bit, but by hundreds. I'm telling you, people, we destroyed our campaign goal. People are saying there's a future here. There's something going on. And now, I want to be very clear on this. I could go on, but this isn't us. This isn't Flex St. John Neumann. This is God is blessing us. We do nothing to deserve God's love, but He bestows love on the people that He loves. And today, if you're asking yourself, where's hope in the middle of the chaos? I have the privilege to speaking to you about another area that we can take great hope in what God is doing, and that is in the lives of our young people. Last summer, for the first time from this parish, we took a group of young people to the camp that the Archdiocese purchased in Trego, Wisconsin, called Extreme Faith Camp. And it has been transforming young people, their lives and their hearts in our parish. And so I just want to play a brief video for you to show you some of the beautiful fruits that are going on.
Extreme Faith Camp is a camp primarily geared towards middle school students, grades 5 through 8. And what's beautiful about the camp is it's inherently Catholic. There's daily mass, regular adoration, there's opportunity to go to confession. It's scriptural based. And so there's all these beautiful components of this camp. But one of the things that I think differentiates this camp from any other Catholic or Christian camp that you would see is this is parish based. The counselors are high schoolers from this parish.
From a counselor's perspective, you get there a weekend early and it's kind of like a retreat experience for the first 2 days. And then when the campers come on Monday, it's packed with activities, a lot of fun games, but then the best part is definitely seeing the kids encounter God, like especially with small group and hearing how each one of them individually encountered God in a special way was super rewarding.
During adoration, right when I touched the cloak, I was just overflowed with joy. I was just so happy and it was amazing and it was awesome and I was crying and it was great.
The biggest thing I took away from that camp was that God, He is this almighty creator, this God of the entire universe. but he's still someone that's a friend. You can talk to him. Just being able to express my faith and having other people express their faith, it's just really nice, you know? I made a lot of friends. I like hanging out with the guys.
This camp is so much fun. If you like nerds, gummy clusters, this is your camp. If you like fancy coffee drinks like you'd get at Caribou or Starbucks, this is your camp. If you like swimming, zipline, archery, laser tag, capture the flag, this is your camp.
I had never been to like a camp before, but I know how school food tasted. It was 100 times better than that. I also really liked laser tag a lot. That was really fun.
My favorite activity was probably the limit. It's a huge jungle gym floating in the middle of the lake. That was pretty fun.
I think the reason that Extreme Faith Camp is transformative for the youth individually, for a parish, for a family, and for like the local church as a whole. The faith, growing up, and rightly so, is something that your parents are gifting to you. When you go to Extreme Faith Camp, your parents aren't there in the same capacity, it becomes personal. When you know that someone is looking at you with love, when that is awakened in a young person, it completely transforms your life. You can't but be different in the best way. I went as a 6th grader to Extreme Faith Camp. It absolutely changed my life. I would not be a priest without that week of Extreme Faith Camp. Come this summer, give the Holy Spirit an opportunity to work. This is your camp.
So first and foremost, if you're a middle schooler or you're a parent of middle schoolers, that is kids who will be going into 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, come. Send your kids, send your grandkids, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, sign your kids up. People ask me all the time as a priest, what can I do to ensure that my kids continue to practice their faith, that they come to know God more deeply? There are many good answers to that question. The best advice that I can give from my personal experience, send your kid to Extreme Faith Camp. Send them to a place where the phone is put aside and where the faith can become their own. And they come home and they're different. As a 6th grader, I mentioned it in the video, I still have the crusty, water-stained photo from 2010 when dinosaurs walked the earth. And I went, and Father Josh was also there that year. And I tell you what, I would not be standing up here today as a priest without that week. This hangs in my office to remind me of where I came from and when my life changed and was given to God. I didn't want to go to this camp. My parents made me. I heard camp and I thought outdoors, blech. And then I heard faith, church, blech. That's like a double no. Well, it turns out I fell in love with God, so the faith was taken care of in the camp. These facilities, this venue that the Archdiocese bought, it used to be a wedding venue. This is like a hotel. This is not camping, shall we say. So, I invite you, send your kids, come. Don't let this opportunity pass you by to send your kids to a place to encounter God. Secondly, to the whole community, this weekend is called Buy Stock in Youth. Buy stock in your young people. So I invite you to invest in the future of our church, to pass on that beautiful faith that you and I received, to help facilitate the tangible encounter with God's love. And so there's 3 ways that you can do that. And so I encourage you, open your bulletins if you have them. You can get them in the back. There's a little handout with Buy Stock in Youth, and it explains everything on the sheet that you would need to know. But the sheet talks about there are 3 ways, practically, that you can buy stock in your young people. The first is to give by going. Some people will say, look, money's tight, whatever it is, but I'd be happy to volunteer. We need nurses. We need moms, dads, people that can lead crafts. Clearly, I don't do crafts very well. Sacristans, extraordinary ministers. We need people to volunteer. It's not just a want, it's a need. We need a certain ratio for safe environment. So one of the things that you can do, and you can check on that sheet, is you can give by going, attending for all or part of the week. Number 2, maybe you're saying, look, I'm busy, or I'm not in a place to be going to camp anymore, but I do want to support this. Rather than give by going, you can go by giving. Each kid for camp costs $525 for the week. And I've had multiple families come to me saying, I've got multiple kids that can go. That's a lot. I want my kids to go, but I don't know if we can make that work. And as a priest, my heart goes out to them. I'm like, I want to help you in any way that I can. And also, talk about the people volunteering. For every volunteer, it's about $600 for the week. So, if you give and donate, your money goes to kids and volunteers that are from this parish to support them in paying to go to this camp, either our volunteers or the kids themselves. Now, to give, on the bottom you have the little pledge card. You can give cash or check, and the instructions are on there. Or, and it's important I mention this, the Hallow app on your phone. You can scan the QR code that's on the top of your sheet. If you give via the QR code, that app has given us a $5,000 matching grant. So if we raise $5,000, they'll give us an additional $5,000 for this. We don't do that with the cash and the check. We do that with the app. But I invite you, volunteer. You can go by giving. You can donate. And finally, and most importantly, and I think this is within everybody's capability, pray. Pray. We need to be on our game. As the kids would say, as a parish, we got to be locked in. We got to be locked in on asking God to continue to bless our young people. Do you know how many different things in this world are pulling for their attention? Right and left and up and down and the phone and the this and the that. No. Lord, I want you at the center of my kid's life. And as a parish, how can we do that? If you check the box for spiritually donating, you can spiritually adopt a young person. So in June, the beginning of June, if you do that, we will send you an email with the first name of a camper from this parish with a little prayer. And that prayer will be said every day through June and every day through July. That camper will be prayed for by name. If even half of the people sitting in this church did this, we would have 30, 40 people per kid praying for them, asking God to open the heavens and to bestow good things on them. Now, if you ask me, which one should I choose? I like D, all of the above. But I'll let you and the Lord do that. But brothers and sisters, again, this is a beautiful thing that God's doing in our midst. Invest in your young people. Join the mission of sharing the good news of Jesus with the next generation by buying stock in youth.